the math teacher become when he went to the beach?
What?
A tangent.
Woohoo! In the first trig functions video, we learned how to find a missing side of a right triangle if you know an angle other than the right angle and you know one of the sides. In this video, we're going to learn how to find an angle, not the right angle, obviously that's always 90 degrees, but one of the other two angles if you know two of the sides of a right triangle. We're still going to use SOHCAHTOA, we're still going to use the function of the angle equals side divided by other side, and we're still going to use the scientific calculator. So let's get to it. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to ask these questions. One, am I looking for a side or an angle? Well, obviously right here, we're looking for an angle. Next, what are the two pieces of given information, a side and an angle, or two sides? And you'll see right here, we know two of the sides. If we know two of the sides and we know it's a right triangle, we can always find the angle using SOHCAHTOA and function of the angle equals side divided by other side. And now, one of the toughest questions for kids is which function will I use, sine, cosine, or tangent? Well, if we're talking about the angle x degrees here, and we use this as a reference point, the sides that we know are the opposite side and the adjacent side. We don't know the hypotenuse. So we're going to use a function that involves the opposite side and the adjacent side. If we look at SOHCAHTOA, it's not sine, that's opposite and hypotenuse. It's not cosine, that's adjacent and hypotenuse. It is tangent. So our function is going to be tangent. The angle is going to be x degrees. Since the tangent is opposite divided by adjacent, the side is going to be the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. In this case, it's going to be 12 feet divided by 19 feet. So when we go to set this up, we set this up thusly. Function of the angle equals side divided by other side. So the tangent, that's the function of x, that's the angle that we're looking for, equals side, 12 feet, divided by the other side, 19 feet. The tangent of x equals 0.6316 approximately. Now, what you need to do when you're looking for an angle is you don't use the tangent function, you use the inverse tangent function, and that's denoted by a -1 as a superscript. So if the tangent of x equals 0.6316, then the inverse tangent of 0.6316 equals x. You take your calculator, you use the inverse tangent, the parentheses will already be open, you punch in 0.6316, which is 12 divided by 19, 0.6316, close your parentheses and hit enter. That will give you the measure of the angle that you're looking for. In this case, it will be 32 degrees. I'll show you on the calculator. Right, based on the problem that we just did, we divided 12 feet by 19 feet and got a ratio of 0.6316. So I'm going to find the inverse tangent of 0.6316. If you're looking for an angle, use the inverse functions like inverse tangent or inverse sine. If you're looking for a side, then you use the functions like sine, cosine, or tangent. So I'm going to hit second function, then I'm going to hit tangent, and what will show up, you'll see, is tangent to the -1. That means the inverse tangent. Now I punch in the value of 0.6316. I close my parentheses, hit enter, and that's going to give us the value of the angle, or I should say the measure of the angle, which is approximately 32 degrees. So to wrap up, what we can say is that the tangent of x equals 12 over 19. Since we know 12 over 19 equals 0.6316, we can say the inverse tangent of 0.6316 equals x. After we punch it into the scientific calculator, we find that the measure of x is approximately 32 degrees. Go SOHCAHTOA!